Are you winning or losing with credit card rewards? When U.S. merchants issued the first credit cards in the 1920s, consumers agreed to pay all charges at the end of every month. Then, in 1958, Bank of America was first with a universal card that people could use for any purchase, the Bank AmeriCard. Soon, credit cards morphed into what we know today: Visa, MasterCard, Capital One, American Express, and many more. The new concept of revolving credit was born, with banks eyeing profits from interest charges if they could convince consumers to carry a balance. With that objective, the card marketing games began. The first tactic was to simply send cards unsolicited to consumers. The Unsolicited Credit Card Act of 1970 soon stopped that practice. The rewards program we know today then followed, to foster loyalty to card brands and give cardholders the feeling that using the card more was to their advantage. AT&T was first to offer rewards, issuing a credit back for every purchase with its AT&T Universal Card, which could then be used to pay the cardholder's phone bill. Airlines jumped on board the new trend in the 80s with travel incentives that could earn travelers free flights. Then in 1986, the Discover Card began offering cash back on a percentage of charges. Soon after, banks and credit card issuers began awarding points instead of cash to entice cardholders with additional shopping experiences when they redeemed points for merchandise. According to industry estimates gathered by creditcards.com, more than 60% of all credit cards issued in the United States offer some type of rewards program. All of this begs the question, why are credit card companies so compelled to reward us for spending? Because these gimmicks work. According to the Experian State of Credit 2018 report, the average balance on credit cards is $6,506, up 2.4% from the year prior, with 58% of cardholders carrying a balance. You can see the emotions at play with these reward gimmicks. Desire for more cash in your pocket, travel, shopping, and perceived discounts on everything you buy. The challenge here comes from a dependence on mental accounting. Credit card companies make that mental accounting harder by offering spending rewards and intentionally obscuring the real cost of credit. When we face a spending decision, we really need to perform a cost-benefit analysis, and that takes time. When a card gives you points or miles with your purchase, you must determine how those points equate to dollars so you can decide if it's worth the interest and annual fees you pay to use that card. You have no way of determining the true value of the airline miles you receive for your spending without knowing the cost of the flight you would otherwise be using those points for. Analyzing that information and making those decisions on the spot is practically impossible. As straightforward as it may seem, cashback rewards are just as convoluted. Cashback feels good. It's like a bonus, especially when it's paid in a lump sum once a year. The idea that you're making money by using a credit card to spend is a bit of a paradox. The truth is that all those points and cashback bonuses are just a portion of the earnings credit card companies make from fees charged to merchants. Yes, those fees chip away some of the merchants' profits, but getting 98% of something is better than 100% of nothing. And by accepting credit cards, merchants benefit from consumers' willingness to spend money they don't have. Dangling a carrot of potential earnings on every dollar you spend is great if you can always pay off your balance at the end of the billing cycle. But what happens if you spend a little more than you can pay off and begin to carry a balance? With the average credit card interest rate of 17.6%, according to creditcards.com, the interest charge will likely wipe out any savings or benefits the card offers. It's a little like those carnival games where the value of the prize is likely less than the cost of playing. Even when you win the game, the carnival still makes a profit. If the thought of credit card rewards contributed to your justification to spend, you've played the game. Credit cards and debt are part of our economy, a part of our consumption culture, and we need to understand what we're up against if we're ever going to overcome the hurdles we're facing. While we may learn about these costs the hard way, this could be an important lesson to teach our children. From the time we're able to watch TV and understand what we're seeing, we're bombarded with marketing messages to spend, whether we have the money or not, and we're enticed with rewards, bonuses, discounts, exclusive experiences, and every trick imaginable to get us to play their game. With all these gimmicks and pitches, including those from influential actors asking what's in our wallets, it's hard to avoid the hype. In fact, that particular phrase is a good example of how marketers design their messages to stick in our brains. My 4-year-old son has been running around the house asking everyone, "What's in your wallet?" which I must admit is cute, but at the same time a little alarming. At 4 years old, his mind is building positive and negative associations with the world around him. With no concept of what a credit card is or the danger that can come from debt, he now recognizes there is something potentially important in your wallet. Now it's my job to make sure he knows what that is, and the truth behind the games. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Weekly Allowance. The Balancing Act can be purchased at Amazon, BarnesandNoble.com, and wherever you buy your books online. Please visit thebalancingactbook.com to subscribe to the Weekly Allowance and get notified when new posts are available.